Justin Trudeau and the federal government says it is launching a multi-billion-dollar fund to pay for infrastructure needed to build housing, and it will bypass any provinces that object to the requirements, and they'll deal directly with municipalities. But not so fast. Quebec and Ontario have quickly rejected the program as an intrusion into their jurisdiction. But before we get into that, if you enjoy the free content that we put out and you're thinking of making a move and you want to connect with us, please book a call in the first link in the description and you'll see if we're a good fit for you. It's completely free and there's no pushy sales tactics. So with Justin Trudeau's numbers being so down before an upcoming election, it seems like him and his political party are throwing everything against the wall to gain votes and try to stay in power. Their new $6 billion policy would require provinces to agree to a list of conditions to access the money, including eliminating single-family zoning and allowing for fourplexes by default. Ontario Premier Doug Ford already ruled out such a policy last month, saying that it just wouldn't go with some neighborhoods. Mr. Trudeau has previously faced pushback on other housing-related policies, including the Housing Accelerator Fund, which imposed similar requirements on municipalities and prompted premiers to threaten to use legislation to prevent Ottawa from dealing directly with local governments. Basically, what we're seeing is Justin Trudeau trying to overpower the provincial governments and force them to abolish single-family zoning. It does seem that this would be a good thing, but remember, every province is different, and the Prime Minister is also fighting with the majority of premiers over their objections to the carbon tax. We've seen premiers like Danielle Smith and Doug Ford speak out on this. But the federal government is giving provinces until January 1st, 2025 to secure a deal. Hours after the Prime Minister's announcement, the Quebec government rejected the plan, saying Trudeau's government should tackle the housing problem by addressing issues of federally responsible policies such as immigration, which honestly is a really fair point. The federal government has completely failed on their immigration plan and has put so much pressure on our healthcare system, our economy, our housing system by allowing too many people to come into the country too fast without a plan. Sam Sass, a spokesperson for Saskatchewan government, said multiplexes that work in cities such as Vancouver and Toronto aren't a high priority in Saskatchewan. He said the government is worried that Tuesday's announcement could come at the expense of other infrastructure projects that the province actually needs. Again, back to this point of different provinces having different requirements right now, and to force fourplexes to be built all across the country, you do wonder if those economics even make sense in places like rural Saskatchewan that probably doesn't need a fourplex. But provinces that do need more housing, like BC, their premier David Eby said he's seen some of the broad details of the federal housing announcement, and it appears to endorse his province's own plan. As some of you may know, the premier of BC has been making all sorts of moves trying to create more affordable housing, as the province's house prices have been on a rocket ship to the upside. Some people are saying this announcement can be seen as a smart political move for Trudeau. Obviously, the polls are very bad in his favor. Pierre Poilievre has been very successful in framing the housing problem as a Justin Trudeau problem. And so Justin Trudeau plans to speak to the people who can't afford houses, that he is here to help, and he will push this agenda until the next election. But in all truthfulness, his party has been a huge driver of house prices going on a rocket ship to the upside under their watch, and honestly has completely failed. And it's not just my opinion, it's all in the numbers. House prices have doubled and rent has doubled since they've got into office. Although housing in Canada is out of reach for many, there are other factors that need to be addressed first before just abolishing single-family zoning. Immigration is one thing, but the cost of living is out of reach for so many people, and this seems more like a political move than anything else. Trudeau should be listening and working with provincial leaders to address their different problems each province may face. Anyways, guys, that's it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. It was a quick one today, but we're just trying to stay up to date with what's happening in Canadian real estate. And if you wouldn't mind liking this video and subscribing to the channel, that would be amazing. And we'll be back so soon with more content to help you guys stay educated so you can ultimately make better decisions in your real estate purchases. Again, if you want to work with us, the first link is in the description below, and we'll see you soon. Take care.